Students, today's lecture is immunochemistry. In today's lecture, we will discuss about multiple myeloma, which is very important, then complement system, then vaccination and cytokines. When Ig secreting cells are transferred into the malignant cells, one clone alone is enormously proliferated. Thus, Ig molecules of very same time are produced in the large quantity. This is seen on the electrophoresis as the myeloma belt or monoclonal band or M band with a sharp narrow spike. It is present in the 1% of all cancers, common in the 50 to 60 years of age. Here the symptoms are paraproteinemia, MBAN, and the bone marrow plasma cell is markedly increased. Here the total Ig content is very high, but useful antibodies is very low. So this general immunity is depressed. So the recurrent infections are common. Another symptoms are lytic lesion in the bone, spontaneous pathological factor, pain, hypercalcemia, and hypercalciuria, and anemia and amyloidosis in the 20% of the cases of multiple myeloma. Here, prognosis is good, generally good, and average survival is more than 5 years with adequate chemotherapy and local irradiation. Bernstein proteinuria. Henry Bernstein described in 1848. This disorder is seen in 20% of the patients with multiple myeloma. Monoclonal light chains are excreted in the urine. This is due to the asynchronous production of heavy and light chain or due to the deletion of portion of the light chain, so they cannot combine with the heavy chain. So the light chain is excreted in the urine. This protein will lead to the renal block or renal failure, and this prognosis is why Bernstein protein has the special property of precipitation when heated between the 45-degree and 60-degree, but redissolving at the higher than 80-degree and lower than the 45-degree. Bredshaw test is also positive when a few ml of urine is laid over a few ml of concentrated HCl. A white ring of precipitate is formed. Here's the Bernstein protein. Now the heavy chain disease and Waldenstrom's macroglobulinemia. In heavy chain disease, some portions of heavy chain are deleted during the synthesis, so they cannot join with light chain to form the normal immunoglobulins. These defective heavy chain are excreted through the urine. Gamma chain disease is associated with the splenomegaly and the lymphadenopathy. Alpha chain disease is associated with the abdominal lymphoma and malabsorption. Now the Waldenstrom's macroglobulinemia. IgM level in the blood is increased considerably with the monoclonal peak. This is due to the malignant proliferation of IgM clones. Since IgM are macromoglobulins, they form aggregate or cryoprecipitate, and the serum viscosity is increased. Test is done by the CR test. A drop of serum is allowed to fall into a tube containing water. Normal serum will spread. Hyperviscous serum will form the globular precipitate. Now the amyloidosis. About 20% patients with myeloma develop the amyloidosis. Amyloid deposits are seen in the liver and kidney. Congo red will stain the amyloid deposit. In the case of myeloma, the amyloid fibrils contain polymerized variable region of light chain of Ig and termed as the AL. Now the hypergamma globulemias. First one is the chronic infection where the antibody production is high. Examples are TB, malaria and leprosy. Second is aberrant immune reactions such as rheumatoid arthritis, collagen disorders, glomerulopathies and such autoimmune disorder where the cryoglobulins may also be present. Third one is Paraproteinemia such as multiple myeloma and Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia. Fourth one is the monoclonal gammopathy of undetermined significance. Is characterized by the hypergammaglobulinemia and M-bane in the electrophoresis. But these patients do not have any end organ disease like anemia or bone involvement. Hypogammaglobulinemia. Decrease or absence of immunoglobulin level may be seen in the congenital or acquired condition. Deficiency can also due to the loss of protein as in the nephrotic syndrome. A primary failure in production may occur as a congenital X-linked disorder, Bruton's disease. Decreased production may also be secondary to disease like myeloma, leukemia, or drug-induced. Subacute combined immunodeficiency states where both humoral and cell-mediated immunity are affected by may be inherited. Now the complement system. Complement factors are present in the serum. The cell lysis by antibody is mediated by the complement system. Complement generally abbreviated as the C. They are 9 component designed as the C1 to C9. The compound complement activity is abolished if the serum is incubated at the 56 degree for 30 minutes as most of the components are thermolabile. Half-life of complement system is at room temperature is only a few. Here the complement activation pathway. When immunoglobulin is bound on the bacteria, the Ig fixes the first component of complement, that is C1. C1 has three subunits CQ, CR, and CS. The CQ bind with the antibody, and C1S, when thus activated, acquired the proteolytic activity. It is done in cleaves and activate the next component, that is C4. Thus a multi-enzyme cascade system is activated, leading to the chemical amplification of the original message. The final component when activated create a microscopic hole in the target cell membrane, and the osmotic entry of water through these pores will cause the lysis of the target cell. Here in this picture, antibody bind with C1q, thus activate the C4, C4 activates C3, which activates C5, which activates C6, 7, 8, 9, and membrane combined with the C5b and 9 attack the membrane and the cell lysis occur. Now here it is another diagram, antigen which is bind with the immunoglobulin, which bind with the C1 complex, which is CQ, CR, and CS, which activate the C2A and C4B, which activate C3. Now C3 cleaves C5 into C5B and activate the next pathway. Here in the alternate pathway, microbial polysaccharide, endotoxin, immune complex, etc. activate the properdin, which in turn activate the factor D, which in turn activate the factor B, and which in turn activate the complement C3, and the same pathway goes on. Now the immunodeficiency state. Combined immunodeficiency. There is defect in the maturation of stem cell. Both cellular and humoral immunity are defective. Relatively benign type are Wiskott-Aldrich syndrome, that is Shanks-Lin, then ataxia, telangiectasia, autosomal recessive. Now the humoral immunodeficiency. This may be selective primary deficiency affecting only one of the G, M, and A class of immunoglobulins. In IgG deficiency, the affected person suffers from repeated pyogenic infection. Now, cellular immunodeficiency, primary deficiency of T cell due to the severe viral and monoclonal infection. Thymus may be absent, aplastic, or normal. Now, primary and secondary immune response. When antigen is injected, antibody in the blood appears within the 10 days, reach a peak level in 20 days, and response decline by the 30 days. The IgM molecules will be predominant in this primary response. When the same antigen is injected into the same animal after a few months, the antibody response is weaker, stronger, and more avid and more prolonged. This is the secondary immune response, which is due to the memory cells produced in the primary response. This is the basis of immunization. Active immunity is induced by the immunization with toxoid, killed, or attenuated organism. Examples are DPT vaccine, oral polio vaccine, and hepatitis B vaccine. In passive immunity, protection is given by preformed antibodies. This is used in the immunotherapy against diphtheria, tetanus, and snakebite, etc. This is the graph showing the primary response and secondary response. In primary response, antibody involved is IgM. In the secondary response, antibody involved are IgG antibodies. Genes. It is also called the somatic recombination of DNA. Each light chain contains over 500 variable light segments, 5 to 6 joining light segments, and 10 to 12 constant light segments. This is similar to spliceosome. In this picture, in this example, 200 segment, 4 segment, and 9 segment are taken, which come brought together and form the random recombination at the DNA level. Then this mRNA is transcribed and become the translated L chain. This VLGL constant segment are transcribed into a single mRNA and translated into a specific immunoglobulin light chain. Another permutation is taking place in another cell, thus millions of cells can produce endlessly diverse light chain. Molecular structure of antigens. Here in O antigen, fucose group is not added with any other group. In B antigen, fucose group, it attached with the galactose group. In A antigen, this galactose group is N-acetylated. Okay, only small difference, molecular difference. Now the ABO system antigen are glycoproteins present on the surface of all cell membranes. The cell membrane surface will carry a protein into which oligosaccharide unit is attached. The H locus code for the fucosyl transferase, which adds fucose to a terminal galactose unit. This is precursor for the A and B antigens. Since small h alloy of H loci codes for inactive fucosyl transferase, a person having HH combination will not produce any antigens. Hence, the person's group becomes the O. Those individuals having capital X small h or capital Li combination can produce precursor molecules. Such person either having BB or BOLA will generate a specific transferase which adds a galactose unit to the fucose as you seen in the previous slide. Person having AA or AOLA can generate another transferase which adds N-acetyl galactosamine to the fucose. Thus, the molecular difference between A and B group is only regards to the N-acetyl unit. Now, HLA antigens. When organs are transplanted, the donor or receiver are matched for the HLA system. The genes for major histocompatibility complex are involved in the recognition between self and non-self antigens. In human beings, the MHC genes are present on the chromosome 6. They are A, C, B, D and DR loci. All these loci together contain more than 150 Li. Permutation and combination of them could produce an astronomical number of variations. Hence, the antigen constituent of one person will be entirely different from the another one. These are the main transplantation antigens responsible for the rejection of allo. They are a group of cytokines that were seen to be expressed by the white blood cells. The majority of interleukins are synthesized by the helper CD4 T lymphocytes. Another are monocyte macrophages and endothelium cells. About 20 interleukins are isolated. The interleukin 1 stimulates the production of receptor for the interleukin 2 on the lymphocyte. Interleukin 2 stimulate the T cell and natural killer cells and differentiate them into the effector cells capable of killing the cancer cells. So the interleukin T is therefore useful to produce LAK lymphokine activated killer cells. Lymphocytes cultured with the cancer antigen and stimulated by the IL-2 act as a specific LAK cell. Now interferons. They inhibit viral multiplication in host cells and modulate cell differentiation and inhibit the oncogene expression. Interferons are alpha, beta and gamma are proteins made and released by the cells in response to the presence of pathogens, that is virus, cell, bacteria or tumor cells. They are named after their ability to interfere with the viral replication within the host cells. The interferons activate immune cells such as natural killer cells and macrophages, and they increase the ability of uninfected host cell to resist the new infection by a virus. About 7 distinct interferons have been identified in humans. Interferon beta 1a, beta 1b are used to treat and control multiple sclerosis. The interferon is also effective for the treating hematological malignancy, leukemia and lymphoma, including hairy cell leukemia, chronic myeloid leukemia and lymphoma. Both hepatitis B and C are treated with interferon alpha in combination with other antiviral drugs. Now, vaccines. Vaccines provide adaptive immunity to resist the attack of specific infective agents. Basic requirements for any vaccines are first safety, induce correct type of immunity and affordability. This vaccine improves the immunity against a particular disease. It mimics a pathogen and produces antibody and thereby immunity. Different types of vaccines are live, attenuated vaccine, killed inactivated vaccine, subcellular fragments, toxoid vaccines, recombinant vaccine. Mechanism of action of vaccine. The pathogen mimicking vaccine molecule is captured by antigen presenting cells and activate the immune response like T cells and B cells. They produce antibody against the antigen. Ultimately, memory T cells and B cells are activated. Hence, body's reaction or response to a subsequent attack by the actual pathogen will be stronger than when there was no vaccine molecule in the place. The vaccines have ability to produce herd immunity and this can help prevent the outbreak of contagious disease. Diseases like smallpox have been detected using the vaccination. Here are the different types of vaccine. Live attenuated vaccine. Examples are oral polio vaccine, MMR, yellow fever, tuberculosis and hepatitis A vaccine, kill inactivated vaccine, polio vaccine, injected polio vaccine, rabies, influenza, hepatitis A, pertussis, typhoid, cholera, and cure vaccine, subcellular fragments, that is capsular polysaccharides. This is prevented are meningitis, vaccination against the pneumococci, toxin-based are tetanus, cholera, and diphtheria vaccine. rDNA-based vaccines are hepatitis B, rabies, influenza, streptococcal pneumonia vaccine. Thank you for listening this lecture.